I don't know.
They recognize it.
Oh.
And then you just saying it for nothing.
Hey! What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
Like, I can see if it just come out in conversation, but you just like, I'm just gonna say it.
You're right. I was just trying to test the waters. Why I look so dark skinned, cuz? I don't mind looking dark skinned. Is it because I'm in the back? Oh, it's because I'm in the back.
No daddy.
Why all these bottles over here?
How
many? Not that.
No daddy.
Oh,
That bottom was
I'm going in.
Is that yours? Both of those yours, boy?
No daddy. This was already here. I'm going in. No daddy. You got rap?
It's right there, right?
Is it a rap in there? I don't know.
Let's check it out.
It might be empty.
You
We don't get right to the schnizzles. I got one remaining.
And there's another one remaining in here.
Oh, okay, so that's two.
Got two of those things. Here you go.
You have to roll it.
Oh. You gotta roll it.
Yes.
Roll it. Dabberants.
We're gonna get right to the shits, people. It's been 15 seconds. Good, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And do you want one?
What is that? Oh yeah.
Mama.
Feliz Dia de la Madre.
All right.
This is heavy.
Oh, I do have one. So we have 4.
Mama.
And even though you're not a mother, for Mother's Day,
Mama. She's a cat mom.
2 for 1.
Aww. Can I have some of your bud from the second one?
I kind of am. My child just
Yeah.
Oh, Mama.
Well, condolences. And you know, this is Get Lifted. 30 is a new 20. Y'all know the vibes. It's your boy Smiley Jizzle, my man's,
crisxmasod,
and our co-host
Erika.
And we in the building.
I like to start this podcast off today. Okay, Happy Mother's Day, Dia de los Madre.
There you go.
And I'd like to start this episode off and bring awareness to mental health. Mental health is very important. Everybody goes through traumas in their life from their upbringing or the different things when they're going to school or when they get out of the real world, from romantic relationships, family things. And it's very important to make sure that you talk to someone, whether it's professional, clinically, you know, that's what they do, or you can talk to someone if you're going through things, because if these things are not handled or they're not taken care of, then it can create other problems. It comes on other ways. That's how people develop addictions to sex, drugs, alcohol. Alcohol is a drug, but whatever, food. That's why some people are overweight, because it brings them comfort, because that's the only thing that makes them feel good when they're going through stuff. So it's important to have a positive outlet. That could be exercising, if you write music, if you write poetry, if you have a journal, if you pray, if your faith is something, a positive outlet that you can transfer those negative things onto, so that it's not affecting your everyday life or affecting the people around you. And so that you can stay here longer, because your body is your temple. Whatever happens in your mental, that affects the rest of your body. So you can stress yourself out, cause yourself to have a heart attack or a stroke or different things like that, younger than it would have normally happened. Or, you know, like, I think that's very important. And I think in the Black community, we don't pay enough attention to that, or we feel like, oh, that's white people behavior, like it's frowned upon. And I think it's definitely necessary for you to thrive if you've ever gone through things. And there's a spectrum. It doesn't have to be, you know, someone tried to murder you or you witnessed the murder or something to that extent, but it could be something you've seen or something you witnessed that wasn't even done to you that could affect you and could cause you to act out and have outbursts and anger, and you take it out on the people that's closest to you, and that's not fair because they're the people that care about you the most. They want to see you win. They want you to do well. So that's not fair to them, and they don't deserve that. So mental health. If you need to seek therapy, there's BetterHelp. It's a website. You don't even have to go there. You can, or if you have insurance, if you have state insurance, it's free. If you have other insurance, some jobs offer that, depending on what you do, they offer mental health where you can talk to someone and it's discreet. It's between you and the person, and there's no bias because they don't know you. And you can also talk to a friend or something. It doesn't have to necessarily be therapy where you're going back and forth, but that does help if you've never gotten the root cause of it out. If you never talked about it ever, you do need to get that out, and it will make you feel better. And you can start the healing process, and it's not going to be overnight, but this is important because I don't think when someone dies or people go through trauma and stuff like that, especially children and stuff, and or any things like that, I think people just like going with like, oh, they died, they go to the funeral, and then they act as if nothing ever happened. And I think it's important when you go through these things as an adult or as a child, if you feel like it's necessary, if you feel like you're not able to get through and you turn to drinking or some other outlet, then you need to talk to someone. And it's okay. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It can make you crazy holding it in.
Mm-hmm. That's real.
It's gonna come out in another way.
I also believe a lot of people are good with their traumas. Like, because they have a trauma, they use it. Like, well, I'm this way because of this, but instead of saying, I want to change that about me, they just accepted it. Because how many women have you fucked with that did some foul shit and was just like, I don't care. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta want to change. You gotta want to be like, yo, this isn't right. Like, this is from some trauma. Like, I can't be like that. A lot of people just accept their trauma like, well, fuck it. It's just how it is. And they don't want to change it. So, you know what I mean? You gotta want it. You gotta want to be like, look, I need to be a better person because I'm letting the people around me down. A lot of people aren't those people. That's why they don't seek the help, because they don't feel like nothing's wrong with them. They feel like, oh, well, shit, I'm just this way and people better accept me or not. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, other day I was talking to this person, and this person said they were a narcissist. They
They just straight said they was a narcissist?
No. They heard from other people, right?
That they were.
Okay. And like, it just hit them now. And I'm like, yo, but you should have been knew this. You had certain tendencies.
That's another thing. I think some people are not aware. What's wrong with them. They're just angry and they don't know where 100%. It's coming from. But yes, there are some people that have realized that they have an issue. But if you're saying narcissism, that's one of the hardest things to diagnose. Like, they have specific psychologists that study narcissism, and it's really hard to diagnose, and often it goes undiagnosed because those people with that, from what they say, they think there's nothing wrong with them. So exactly. They're not gonna go there unless something happens and where they're forced to get a mental evaluation or something. And then even with that, they don't go to the right type of psychologist. They might not pick up on it. They're very manipulative, and they know how to, finagle people in circumstances and stuff.
100%. So it's scary.
But it's not their fault either, because that's a defense mechanism that your body develops from experiencing some sort of trauma. Is to protect yourself. You learn to have a lack of feelings or not at all. Like, because that helps you go through life and not be able to nobody can hurt you.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, essentially they end up getting hurt because now you're alone. Nobody wants to be around a narcissist. Like, if other people know that they're a narcissist, nobody's going to be like, oh, you should just get the help. You're going to just think that person chose to be a narcissist. And it's just like E said, at the end of the day, it's like they might not even know that they are this type of person. You see what I'm saying? They might have just heard this shit and thought, oh, they're just talking shit.
So let's do this. So we could say that, I mean, other people have done this too, but let's just do it so that we could say that we've also done this.
Okay.
Let's look up the definition of narcissist. And just so people know what it actually is.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we're not doctors, you can't diagnose people. And normally, in order to be narcissistic, you have to have several of those traits on a continuous basis. Yeah. It's not a one-off situation. We all exhibit at least one of those characteristics. So if it's not most of them and it's not on the consistent basis, then that wouldn't necessarily qualify you as a narcissist.
Right. So narcissism is personality qualities include thinking very highly of oneself, needing admiration, believing others are inferior, and lacking empathy for others.
Yeah, that too.
Now,
check.
Now let's pull that apart a little bit. So, if it's because you can't just be one part of the definition and say that you're a narcissist. You have to be all of these boxes, 100%. Right? So, include thinking very highly of oneself. So that's just, you can have high confidence or high self-esteem, right?
I have confidence.
Needing admiration, not just having admiration, but needing more admiration than what you have on top of you thinking highly of yourself.
You call those flying monkeys in that.
Believing others are lesser than you or believing others are inferior.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you think highly of yourself, you need admiration and no one's better than you, is how you feel. And lacking empathy for others. That's a strong one.
That's a big one.
Because lacking empathy for others means that you don't care about what happens to anybody else. You don't care if somebody dies. You don't care whatever. That's what empathy is. It's not necessarily like, okay, their joke wasn't funny, or they lost someone in their life and you're not consoling them or something like that. That doesn't necessarily mean it. It just doesn't affect you the same way. But if you don't have empathy towards other people, if somebody's going through something and just give them their space or respect it, and that's like, you don't think anything's wrong with that, then you could possibly be a narcissist, but you have to have all the other qualities. So you can't not give a fuck about other people and not give a fuck about yourself and be a narcissist. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're just suicidal.
Right. So it's like, so it's different. It is. It's seven. It's actually 7 types of narcissists.
That's crazy.
Right. I'm not even gonna break them all down. You want to break them down?
I only know
there's 7 of them.
And the other one, I forgot what the other one is.
All right, so I'm gonna.
Covert is like undercover; it's harder to detect. Okay. And then the other one is like you're more a popular person, and like you're charismatic, and you're, I forgot.
So it seems like you care for people, but you really don't.
Well,
people flock to you. Like, no, you just have that personality.
Popular. Of a popular. Because you don't really.
And to where people wouldn't believe, like if someone said something about you, no one will believe it because what everybody else sees is the total opposite of that, and they can manipulate people into thinking that you're the problem when really they're the one.
That's
and they
the
like to
one?
Stir up. No, the other one, and they like to stir up stuff too. Like they'll get something started and get someone arguing, and then they'll sit back and be like, "Oh, did I do that for their supply?" Like that's
I
they get a kick out of it.
So there's 6. Antagonistic narcissism, communal narcissism, communal breaking down communities. So I would think grouping, but let's see exactly what that means. Characterized by an excessive preoccupation with presenting oneself as exceptionally compassionate, caring, and honest.
Oh, so you front and
so yeah, everybody
possess grandiose, inflated perceptions of themselves within communal environment.
No one will believe that. Like, I can't believe they would do that. They're this amazing person. They have this inflated sense of self because it stems from a, like, you really don't believe that you're this person. So you act this way to make yourself believe it. And you have to do this to make yourself feel like you're something. Like, you have to prove it to yourself. So you behave a certain way.
No, a sociopath is basically somebody that lacks empathy completely. Like, they just don't have emotions towards.
So they're not even thinking.
Sociopath is narcissistic.
That's a characteristic of narcissism. But a sociopath is a sociopath. Narcissist is a narcissist.
Right.
But the other thing is a malignant narcissism.
What's that?
Malignant is bad, so let's just see what this is.
Maleficent.
Denotes one of the types of narcissism and antisocial personality traits. People with this condition, the symptoms are both MPD and antisocial personality disorder. In addition, can show up as vindictiveness, sadism, or getting enjoyment from the pain of others.
That
That's
is
what I said.
wild.
Like,
So they
you
get
pick up-
enjoyment
like
from the
you'll
pain of
start
others.
some, or in relationships that happen when people are like romantic relationships, like they go through this whole process of like they build you up. It is like they make you think it's too good to be true. You're like, oh, there's this perfect person, they're doing everything right, and it's too good to be true. And then once they make you people fall for them quick because they think this is amazing, this is the best experience that I've ever had. They checking all the boxes, and then they start the devaluing process when they start saying things to make you question yourself, or they'll do what's that, gaslighting. You can sit there and watch them do something, or they could just do something, and they'll be like, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. Like, and I just watched you do it. Like, you just slapped me, and then I said, what is wrong with you? Why did you hit me? I didn't hit you. What are you talking about? Like, and now you're questioning yourself because you're like, am I but not? I just use that as an example. It could be anything.
That's wild.
Like, and it goes on repeatedly. So the longer you stay with this person, you begin to question yourself and think, am I crazy? Am I overreacting? But really,
crazy.
It's them. And this goes over, and it starts over and over. What is the first? I forgot with how it starts when they build you up and you think they're this perfect person, and then it goes to the devaluing, and then they discard you, and then they'll come back and they'll apologize. They might even cry on purpose. They'll make themselves do that just to bring you back in, and then they'll start it off again, and everything will be going good again, and then they'll start doing whatever they did to fuck you up again, and it keeps going on to the process. You have to cut them off because this is what they do. They need this, and they like to argue. They'll go back and forth just to get, because it gives them a sense of control over you. So like if they like, oh, I can get you riled up, like they'll make you, you'll lose your mind, and they'll sit there and laugh at you, and then they're like,
I'm gonna laugh at you.
All right, like.
Have you ever dealt with that type of person?
I feel like I have, but again, I'm
That's
not.
Scary.
I can't diagnose someone, but there have been someone that I talked to before that I think exhibited a lot of those traits. Like I said, when I was going to Job Corps, I think he liked to
Move it.
he got
physically fit.
he got enjoyment. Actually, I feel like I've been involved with more than one person that was like that. And I think that comes from my trauma. Some of the traits might have been attractive to me. Like, I could see it already before I got involved with the person, but it was, I was intrigued or whatever. So, and I didn't realize how bad it could get or whatever. But then I recognized, like, no, this is not someone that, because they're out of their mind. But I already knew they were out of their mind. But for some reason, I don't know. Maybe it was a trauma bond or something, and that's why I was drawn to it. I don't know.
Do y'all believe that y'all are connect, like soul ties and shit like that? Do y'all believe like there's energies that can like be negative that kind of linger?
I do think that, because I feel like most of the people that I've had good experiences, but with men, but the guys that I were in relationships with, that they probably liked me more. I wasn't interested. I don't. It was other, like I said before, they weren't masculine enough, or in my opinion, that was like the main issue. They weren't masculine enough. Like, I need to feel protected. I need to feel safe. And if I feel like you can really defend yourself, or you would barely be willing to do that, that's a turnoff for me, and I can sense that immediate or long. It doesn't take me that long to figure that out. So I don't. After I've dealt with a certain amount of people, I could pick up on that, and it's like, why even waste my time and bother? But I do think that I have, and I've said that to someone before. Like, I'm like, I feel like you're, and they laughed, and they probably other people probably told them that, because they were really crazy. And this is not the person for a Job Corps. This is someone else. He was really crazy, and he had been in trouble before, been to prison multiple times. He was crazy. He would do stuff like I said, gaslighting, all of that, literally all the stuff on the list, and then they'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't do that. I don't know what you, and we all saw you, we all heard it, or I'm there, now I'm crazy, because like, what are you talking about? And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, here's this, and then you're perfect for 3 weeks or a month or something, and then start the bullshit again, or now you're talking shit about me, giving me insults for no reason, just putting me down, or whatever, and then just to build me back up again and start over the whole process. Right? They were just a fucked up person. And
what was the nice parts that you liked about him?
I don't know. At that particular person, I was just talking to them and trying to get over someone. So
it was rebound.
I wasn't even really, and I wasn't attracted to him. Like, but when like I said, he was trying to talk to me, and then I just gave it a chance, and then I started talking to him. But then when I realized how crazy he was, then I'm like, oh no, you gotta go.
That was that bad energy that you put out. You put that bad energy out. You was like, oh, I'm gonna make this nigga mad. Put that jealousy out. That envy. Nah, not even jealousy. Envy.
They didn't care. So it wasn't.
Oh, he was hurt.
I was trying.
You don't think he was hurt? That nigga was hurt.
He didn't care.
He was like, she just popped up with a new nigga?
I was trying to get over them. I didn't say I was trying to make them jealous.
I'm just saying he was jealous just by seeing you with somebody else. So he was hurt. You don't think he was hurt?
No.
I think so.
He didn't care. That's the whole point of why I was trying to move on. He made that clear, but we're not going to dwell on that. But anyways, yeah, I think I have met people like that. But I wouldn't say he didn't care at all, but not enough to want to be with me. But yeah. So I think I have dealt with people like that, and they say don't tell them that, like you shouldn't. Psychologists say if you think someone is narcissistic or whatever, you shouldn't tell them that because they'll freak out or whatever, and I don't know. But he laughed. He thought it was funny, and I think some people are aware, some people are not aware. They just, like I said, it's a defense mechanism because of a lack of you're trying to compensate for something. You have to feel like, and then you have to feel like you're the best. Like I said, superior to other people. You don't really believe that. You're pretending that you are to make yourself believe it in everyone else. And then you have flying monkeys. They call that all your supporters, all the people that back you up because they see that false image of yourself that you're presenting. So if you do something and you go back, and they'll turn your whole people around on you because they'll have it seeming like you the crazy one and have everybody else believing. They'll make up stories about you and say stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Well, from what I've heard, the people talk about the psychologist. Cause I watch this lady and she be posting videos that she's a psychologist and she specializes in NPD, and she posts videos online and tell you how to avoid or how to pinpoint or things. But she does say you can diagnose, go talk to someone to confirm these things or whatever, or try to get them to come to therapy, but they most likely won't want to do it because, again, they don't think that there's nothing wrong with them. So if you don't think there's anything wrong, then why would you go get help? So it's hard to diagnose it, and then even if they do, it's hard to reverse the effects. Like you can make some changes. You've been living that way
your whole life. Like 100%. 100%. It's like, damn.
But yeah, just people. If you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling angry all the time, or something, like if it's excessive and you don't know why or what's the root, go talk to somebody. Right. Go get a reading. Go pray. Go exercise. Do something that you can transfer that negative energy to, because it's not going to be good for you in the long run or the people around you. And we want longevity. You want to live long lives. You want people to want to be around you. Because life is too short to be miserable all the time.
And it's nothing wrong with having good self-esteem or thinking highly of yourself. But what narcissist is an extreme level of it. So, you want people to have confidence in themselves. but not overconfidence. That's the excessive part. So overconfidence is not, it's never good for anybody. And people will look at it as arrogance. It's always like something bad whenever you know. So people who are great tend to diminish their greatness around others so that they don't get labeled, because they know how it makes people feel. And that's the empathy part. Like a person that really is, you know, a mentally sound individual is knowing that they're better than someone at something, is probably, you know, they may play you in basketball or may not want to play you in basketball because they know that they can beat you. Even if you try to bait them in and you say they're trash and all this other stuff, they just, it's a waste of their time. So their way out of it, either even accepting that you would talk down to them, they would still bow out and be like, it's better for me to just leave it alone, because if I beat you, I'm really gonna make you feel bad. So then it's like, you know, it's on the line, on the verge of trying to be a good person, but also there's elements of arrogance without saying certain things. So it's crazy. I was watching a movie about what's the lady that tried to run for president, the black lady, first female to try to run for president.
Condoleezza?
No, black lady in the 70s.
Oh, no.
Sure.
She was from Barbados.
That's dope.
How you don't know? They just made
She
a
didn't
movie.
win.
They just made a movie. I mean, it don't matter. Like, that's crazy. Like, yo, like our culture.
Look it up. Not the computer.
Yeah, that's true.
Because my phone on the charger. I will look it up.
Can I say something that's controversial?
Sure, go ahead.
I don't want a lady president. I don't want a woman in charge of the country. I think that looks bad as far as the country. Like, it's kind of like, you know, we catering to princess instead of like the king's reign type shit. And I know that sounds wrong just for me saying it, but it feels right. It feels so right.
Shirley Chisholm. That was her name.
Respect,
Shirley Chisholm.
Respect to her though, because that's a hard feat. You see what I'm saying? That's a hard
Islands.
You know, respect to her. Even, you know what I mean, Barbados island woman trying to be in charge.
1972.
But I don't like the concept of a woman being in charge, like the leader. Like,
I think they just made a movie about her. Like, yeah, matter of fact, I'm bugging. I was watching. I fell asleep. But I like watching movies like this because it's like I know about a lot of our history, so it's interesting.
especially that lady. Like, she looked like a teacher. That's not strong to me. It's smart.
Struggle to increase participation in groups
to me.
historically excluded from politics, such as African Americans, women, and immigrants, is one of the continuing stories in a change in America 1960 and beyond exhibition. Shirley Chisholm personifies the story. Chisholm, 1924 to 2005, one of the first African American women elected to Congress, where she served for seven terms beginning in 1969. The daughter of immigrants from Barbados and Guyana. Guyana. Chisholm had a significant impact on anti-poverty policies and educational reform. In 1971, she was a founding member of both the Congressional Black Caucus and the National Women's Political Caucus.
Respect.
So, flowers to her, especially on Mother's Day.
Flowers to her, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy. Rest in peace. It's good to acknowledge that our culture, and it's not just the reason I say our culture, because I care about everybody, man. I love my people. I love my culture. I want us to do right. But the thing about our culture is we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck enough. The other cultures, they really pride themselves in stuff and stories like this. Like, this is like something that, you know, this is what Kendrick raps about. You know what I mean? So it's good to have icons in our history that we could look up to, and we could actually say, look, this should inspire some men. Like, she shouldn't have to do this. Let me try to work hard and get to this point so that I can be a president of the United States. You understand what I'm saying? We should take this and run with it that way. But instead, we bring it down to like, okay, I wouldn't want a woman president. And I understand your battle with it, because women, let's argue. We have a very important.
And I didn't say women CEOs. I didn't say women.
No, it doesn't matter. Women in charge. Let's just say women in charge. Let's just say women in charge.
I'm just saying I wouldn't want a woman in charge of the free world.
Right.
You're right.
But let's just say this: with women, we have to, we always have to give them flowers, but we gotta think about our culture specifically. Absolutely. This story right here, whether it's Condoleezza Rice, whether it's what's the lady name right now? Our vice president. What's her name? Kamala Harris. Or any of the women in our history that's had an opportunity to be an example for us. So if you see a woman get into the seat, it should encourage, oh snap, a black woman was able to do it, so a black man should be able to do it. You feel me? And full-blooded. You know what I mean? And maybe not full-blooded, but whatever. What I'm saying is that anything that happens in our culture, specifically to our culture, is always controversial. It's never accepted widely in our culture as a W. It's always like, oh, it's still no. You know what I mean? And I don't like that. It hurts me, because it's like yo, like we're all born into this struggle together, and how we adapt to it is we gotta be there for each other, but we can't. We just can't. We see that there's absolutely no way. We could talk about it till we're blue in the face, but there's no way. So we just have to accept that people are either going to be good people or bad people. And we were talking about narcissism, like behavioral concerns about people that need to get help or whatever, and either dealing with the issue and accepting the issue for what it is, or trying to move past it. Us pointing a finger at our culture like this, that, is fucked up, because a lot of other cultures aren't doing it. They have that family thing, that organic shit. Go ahead.
You're absolutely right, and so much so that I wouldn't want a woman to be president because of what the president has to deal with as far as death threats and attempts. Like, if we look up what really happened, like Joe Biden, Trump, and Obama they survived death attempts, my nigga. You see what I'm saying? They don't publicize all of this shit in the media because, they're not trying to scare the people. It might be a lot. You see what I'm saying? But this shit is real. Like, there's evidence to say that the president gets attacked. So why would you want a woman to be subjected to that, knowing that that's what it is on Mother's Day? Like,
you have to accept these responsibilities when you assume that position.
That's what I'm saying, and I don't feel like
here's
it's
the
fair
argument.
For a woman
here's always the argument.
Like,
when
you
want a feminine woman. You want a woman that's gonna be submissive. You want a woman that's gonna do da da da.
That's
right?
Besides the point.
No. But hold on.
I'm just saying, I want somebody in presidency that I feel like,
any woman.
It's okay if that person dies for their country. That's honorable.
Any woman.
I wouldn't want
listen.
My daughter, my sister, my mother, my home girl.
Any woman
in that seat, knowing that these people could be assassinated.
In a position of power is going to have to exhibit some masculine traits. Let's talk about that.
It's not about the masculinity,
Let's talk about
bro.
that.
It's about the attempts on your life. That's all I'm talking about.
Because you know what it is when you take that job. It is what it is.
But listen to what you're saying.
You
know what it is, man or woman. But at the end of the day, our job
is to protect women, right?
Exactly. So how can we protect a woman if we let her do something that's going to put her in danger?
Because this world is about equality.
You're right.
This world is about equality. This world is about equality. So right now we're trying to put a front that, hey, we're equal. I know, you know, we're not equal. But
so you gotta stand for something.
We stand up for what we can. And putting so much energy into shit that we really can't. We need to take the W where we get it at some point. And that's about humility.
Not a W, bro. Changing our
The
morals
W.
is not
No,
a W.
not changing your
Letting a
moral.
woman fight
You making
our battles.
You making it more. You making it
That's
more.
not.
Like,
That's what it is.
It's like
Right,
it's like
let
you're
him
looking.
say a little,
It's like
'cause
it's like you're
both
looking.
trying
It's
to-
like you're looking for a reason to be upset. Let it be good that one of our women is up there. So let us be aware that our women have made it, right?
That's
and
not
so
where I want them
let's
to
accept
make
it.
to.
So
War.
then we can put ourselves in the
War.
proper footing. Maybe our sons could be the next president.
The female
Maybe her son
military,
could be the next president. You know what I'm saying?
Even a female military, cause that
Y'all
shit is
keep, y'all gotta
wow.
stop talking. Okay. Let Chris go. You said go.
Okay, so I just want to express the value in women before I say what I say, because I don't want that to go over the masses' heads. Like, I'm not saying this as a no woman could be in no. I'm not. That's not the energy I'm coming with at all, and I don't want it to be expressed like that. If it was, I apologize. But what I'm really saying is just traditionally growing up, the reason why the man is the leader, not just frivolously, he's the leader because he's the strongest person. You see what I'm saying? So if we're talking about the leader of America, and in the minds of men, knowing that, you know, when the leader is supposed to be a man and it's a woman, it's looked upon differently. Regardless if it's true or not, it's just looked upon differently from other men, because men are used to battling other men. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. Right. So even with the army situation, it's like I feel the same way with the army too. It's women being trained to kill other people. Like, I don't, that doesn't sit right with me. Right. You see what I'm saying? I got you. That's all I'm saying. I'm not arguing that. Everything that you're saying is perfectly right. But the only thing about it is, what I'm saying is, we live in this was kind of similar to an argument that I had over dinner with my uncle earlier. It's like, we're in the Western civilization, and there's different rules that we have that other countries might not do. But those were the norm for a millennia, which is like over thousands of years, right? So that was the norm. Now we're changing to this new Western world way of thinking, and we're adapting to it. So my argument was adapting. My argument is always adapting. My argument is always understanding what the problem is and figuring out a way to solve it. The way that you solve the problem might not be what you want to do, but that's the only way to get that shit to that point. But some people don't want to compromise to do that sometimes. But we're talking about women in general. Yeah, they have a purpose. Like, we all know, we don't have to go back to National Geographic or whatever. We know women have a purpose. But what I'm saying in terms of when we get into this new climate or this new Western way of thinking, they're accepting women to take more masculine roles. That's what I was saying. You're in a position of power. You're going to be a little bit more masculine. You're going to be a little bit more in control. But your household should still be your household. Like, it should still be ran the traditional way. That's what everybody wants. Inside our house, we want it to be a certain way. You know, lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. You know what I mean? We don't want it to be outside. We don't want you to be a certain type of way. We want you to be a certain type of way in the house. So if you have to be masculine outside the house, don't bring that home, is what I'm saying. And that's the understanding part. The accepting part is what's hard. It's hard for a lot of men to make that compromise to accept it. And they're just going to be upset or dealing with it in some other place because you're just going to get tired of it. You're not going to be alone. As men, you're always going to find a fuck buddy, something, you know what I mean, to lay your bone in. And then you're going to be complacent. You want who you want, so you have to have like-minded views most of the time. It's difficult to have those like-minded views. And I don't want to really talk too deeply about my personal shit, but I have to speak of relative, anecdotal experience. So personally, I've been reluctant to enter the dating realm again. You know what I mean?
So.
Oh, you trying to go talk about it?
I'm gonna talk about it.
Alright.
You know what I mean? Because this segues perfectly into it. We talking about behavior. We talking about all this. So this is perfect. That's why I didn't really talk too much about it.
Hold on. Before you get into it, go ahead. E.
Oh, go ahead.
So my take on it is, I wouldn't want to be the president because I wouldn't want that responsibility. And I care about the people that I know more than everybody. I do care about other people. I feel bad if things happen to other people. I have given to the homeless or give money sometimes when people ask and stuff like that. I'm not big. But my family and the people that I love mean more to me than someone that I don't. So I wouldn't take a job on where if it's I have to worry about the whole world and I might have to risk losing the ones that I actually care about to complete and to save the rest of the world that are complete strangers. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that, so I wouldn't take that on. But I think if a woman is able to put that to the side and understand that, and she's masculine enough to deal with what the job entails, like, yes, she's putting herself in danger, but if she's okay with taking that risk and she's not too emotional, and I think men can be emotional too, so even a man, he needs to be in control of his emotion and not make rash decisions when the life of the U.S., the whole country is in your hands. You have to think critical. You can't use your emotions when you're making decisions.
Right.
So as long as you're able to do that, then I don't think it matters what gender you are.
That's the argument. The argument is always, can you make a logical decision versus your emotional decision? Think about how a mother is attached to her children, and knowing that there's a threat on your family to make a wager on some 24 Jack Bauer type shit.
But y'all want somebody who wants to go.
You gotta make a wager against your family.
Who can easily go against their nature.
Let me say this though, because it's interesting. You have a scenario where they're gonna take out your children or whatever, or they're gonna have, several bombs placed in random locations set to go off, or you do this as an example of fate. You may have to, they don't negotiate with terrorists. So whether it's your family or someone else's family, and they're gonna blow up Cincinnati, you have to take that risk and allow them to do it, and be able to say, yo, I'm gonna risk the lives of these people to find these bastards, and at least I save millions more, type of thing. So it's like, it's that crazy thing where it's like making that decision, is it gonna be emotional, where it's like, yo, I want my family safe first. And would a woman be able to make that decision?
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
How is that different from wanting somebody who can easily go against their nature? Because technically, if women are emotional creatures, are tending to be more emotional than men, right? You're saying it's okay for a woman who goes against that to be logical, right? So she's more manly or masculine. She's more masculine, right, which isn't a feminine trait, right? And we're saying, yeah, go that. I don't understand.
I'm not saying yeah, go. I'm saying understand it. Yes, you're right.
There are women that.
But you have to understand that
so that qualifies
mentally.
Them.
They have to be mentally prepared for that.
Like, why can't we just put a man there? Because if it's a woman, then regardless if she is capable of doing that, because these women she's still capable of being masculine.
Listen, I'm telling you why. These women grew up to want to be more than just a woman in the kitchen. They grew up with the idea of American tradition that, hey, if you believe you could be the president, there's girls that in the 80s that got up and went in front of their classroom and said, I want to be the president one day. And look, Kamala Harris is the president. She probably was one of those fucking girls from the 80s that did that, 70s who did that. 100%. You know what I mean? So you gotta think about it like that. Like, it's hard to grasp, but women have been pushing and have been becoming stronger and stronger through all of the years, you know what I mean? And we had to either accept it and adapt to it, get stronger, you know what I mean? Our women are strong, so we need to be stronger. So there shouldn't just be a worthy black female candidate. There should be several were the male black candidates as well. But why aren't they? Why aren't there guys that's fighting just as hard to be that and being as compelling in an argument and having just as strong views and be able to excel in every area just as much as she did? She felt like, yo, there's nothing that I had. My mother had to struggle. My father left us. And now she put the weight of the world on her shoulders, and she shouldn't have to do that. But that's because the men,
what pushed her to.
It pushed her to that. So it made her more masculine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She don't even have no kids, bro.
I'm not saying, look, I'm not even going down the, hold on, let me finish.
But they should have the opportunity to do
You're
that.
right, you're right. And I'm not even saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about her being more masculine or more feminine. I'm just saying, my thoughts as a person, right, as an entity, I think that a woman, I don't like the idea of a woman being in charge because of that responsibility.
Want ambition. We know.
But that's not about what I want. That's just about women in general. It could be a woman that I could clearly don't want.
You believe it's gonna fail?
No. I don't. Listen.
No.
I don't believe it's gonna fail. I believe that she shouldn't be there because of the responsibility or what it is.
You don't think she can handle it?
No, I don't think she should handle it. Like if you have to risk your life as a woman, you shouldn't do it. I don't agree. If anything that you have to risk your life as a woman, I don't believe no woman should be doing that shit. But that's morally me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it as, oh, I don't want this bitch to be ambitious or blah, blah, blah. That's a personal choice. But on like a general scale, I don't want any woman doing anything that she has to risk her life. Not masculine, not feminine. I don't care if she's masculine or if she's feminine. I don't want her to be risking her life. If she's going to do it, then she's going to do it. But I don't want her to be in a position to do it. The presidency, cops, fucking security guards. What else? What else, Smiley?
Cops.
What else?
You said cops, firefighters.
Yeah, cops, firefighters. Who else got to risk their lives? I don't want no woman doing that because I don't want you to die. Like, you feel me? I don't feel like you.
A pilot.
Fighter jets flying.
Yeah, I say
Navy SEALs.
I don't know about pilots. I feel like pilots is different because women have like great aim. You see what I'm saying? Like they have good, you know what I mean? So that's different. That's different.
They pay more attention to details.
Yeah, there we go. They pay more attention to details. So I think that's different. But like, you know, in a storm, I'd rather the man go than the woman for sure.
Go where?
And like, let's say it was a storm and she's like, "Oh, I can make it." Nah, like I feel like that's like risking your life. But if you're like trained to do something.
Oh, you mean fly?
Yeah, fly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of great women pilots. And I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? But to know that you're about to risk your life, like those women are confident in their skills. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure some cops are, but guess what? You never know. You could get shot. You know what I'm saying? That's the job basically. You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know.
This is my thing is like, because when you become a man, you start to think about what your responsibilities are as a man, especially
100%
being a girl dad. You know what I mean? You really got that, like, yo, like all women are, my daughter is all women. You know what I mean? So you have to think about that, but you also have to think about the other side of that coin that you forgot about before you had your daughter. Like that's the reality of it. This is how it is. Like a lot of these women are how they are, and sometimes they influence other women to become like them. You know what I mean? When they have little experience and they take on to that and start to, you know, show those things. Oh, I don't need a man. I could do this. Oh, girl, you should be a lawyer. You should be this. I don't mind if a woman wants to be a lawyer or a doctor or whatever, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't prefer my woman to be a cop. I wouldn't want my woman to be a fucking pilot. I wouldn't want my woman to be
a certain type
like,
of
you know what I mean? I wouldn't want her to be doing something that would put her in danger, but that's all on me. Like, am I providing her a lifestyle where she doesn't have to work so hard to do that? Is this a passion that she wants to do? That's her ambition or whatever. And is that stopping her from, am I stopping her from doing what she really wants to do? I don't want to hold anybody back. But if you feel like you're in your comfort zone, you're good, and I can add to that comfort and the level, and I don't mind you adding to my comfort, but I appreciate the benefit of you adding to my comfort. But you're adding to my comfort as well as me being able to add to you, because I have to provide, I have to protect. So if I'm able to provide something and I'm able to protect something, then I feel like that's going to be a good relationship. If you're putting your life on the line and I'm not able to protect you all the time when you're putting your life on the line, then I don't feel comfortable. It's some dudes that deal with strippers and they're there, like they be at the show when they strip, like they could do that. They don't go in the back, you know what I mean? They might be sitting on their man lap until they go on the stage or whatever. They know they got to make money for the person at the joint, you know what I mean? But they do be there. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I understand, like, yo, this is what she want to do. She like to dance. For some reason, she likes to do it. Some of them like to do it, believe it or not. So if you're dealing with somebody like that and the money's good for them and they don't, you know, whatever, if you can't provide another lifestyle for them to not have to do that, then you really have no say in the matter, unless you just be like, yo, I'm just going to be with somebody that doesn't have much and then expect them to just adapt to my lifestyle and let me lead them to more.
That's a good segue back into what you was originally about to talk about.
Yeah.
Because, you know, this black man want know the tea.
Oh, shit. I'm mad that my AirPod broke. Sorry. Continue. You have something to say about your love life?
Oh, yo, listen. My love life, yo, you crazy. Listen, nah, I just gotta say, like, I've had time to have a conversation. Yo, it's crazy, like, to have a conversation with somebody, and through conversation, you get to know so much about it. Words have so much meaning. So I try to use one word to describe everything instead of using a whole bunch of words, but I'm very long-winded, as you all know. So I might say a little bit too much, and once I start, you know, I can't stop. So then we start talking about that narcissistic shit, and I'm like, damn, like I don't be wanting to like talk about everything, because I don't want, you know, shorty feeling like, damn, like all he do is talk about himself. You feel me?
Have you ever been called that?
A woman has, out of anger, called me a narcissist. Yeah.
Oh damn.
You know. And it's all good, like, you know what I mean? I know she can't read, like, so.
Oh,
it didn't really matter to me, like, that she said that, like, you feel me?
She can't read!
It really didn't matter to me that she
crazy,
said that,
yo.
you know, because she can't read.
That's wild.
So I was like, yo,
really true,
she don't know what she talking about. Nah,
I'm pretty sure he knows she can't read.
Nah,
she can't read?
She not really good.
She can't read good.
Floyd Mayweather's.
Right.
I can't read good.
She can read simple shit with pictures.
Like Dr.
Oh,
Seuss.
okay.
The cat in the hat. The cat jumped over the map.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not even about that. Like we got into, you know, debates about different things, but some things people know, some things everybody don't know everything. Like, you know what I mean? So you're gonna get into debates about certain things. Sometimes when I get into a discussion, it's about something that I actually researched. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna either you know what I know or you know more than what I know. If you know more than what I know, then okay, I'll shut the fuck up. But if you're just guessing, then I'm gonna be like, yo, like, come on.
Or assuming.
Yeah, assuming shit. Like, you know,
I hate that shit.
But with this other shorty I'm talking about, she cool as fuck. She a cool ass person. But there's a discussion, you know, a lot of times we get into the discussion about children and this and that. But we have some pretty intriguing discussions, and I said before, like, I've been a little reluctant to get back on the dating scene and shit because, you know, so many reasons, and she feels likewise, you know what I mean? So it's like, damn. So the question to myself is like, where do I stand? Like, if that's how you feel, you know what I mean? But I'm taking it day by day. I'm just going with the flow with it. And I'm trying not to say too much or whatever, or say whatever. But I do a lot of stuff. But I didn't want her to feel like, you know, like I'm not interested. I am interested, but I'm going off of your energy. You know what I mean? So when we get into discussions and deep discussions like we have on the show, you know what I mean? We get into discussions about, you know, something that's important like children. You know, how, you know, that's the hardest thing, because you start to deal with somebody and then that person has to accept you and accept your children. And then is it a responsibility or an obligation? You know what I mean? And then it's like, it is, you know, you take that, you assume that responsibility once you take that on. Now you can decide to be responsible about it, or you can decide to be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But it's how you move in the situation. Are you being upfront and honest about how you feel about the situation or not? And then the other situation is like, there's no obligation. I don't have to buy these kids Christmas gifts and all that other shit, birthday shit. That's your job. But not to be there and be an asshole to these children. Like, you know, still be like, okay, I'm an example. Okay, you know, one of your children want to play the game or something with me or whatever, and don't like shut them off. Like, yo, chill, yo, like, you know what I mean? I'm online. Let
So
them
try when you can, but don't overexert yourself. Basically.
Nah, you don't have to. It's like a godchild, kind of in a way. You know what I mean? It's not really your responsibility, but you there, like, you know what I mean? So if you there, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Don't be a jerk.
Did the hypothetics come after that? Like,
always.
But what if we have a kid? Are you gonna treat my kid different from our kid?
I think she understands me. Cause I told her from the jump, like, I'm pretty straightforward, and if she's been watching these shows, like, she knows, like, I am who I am, like, you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna pretend to be something that I'm not. But if you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it truthfully. Okay. But anything is possible with relationships. You know what I mean? If you're dealing with somebody and you start to feel a certain way about this person and they accept certain things and you accept certain things, then you guys can make it work. But you guys got to make it work. Does it always work out that way when there's a huge flag? You know what I mean? A lot of times, no. Like, you can't overlook that a woman doesn't have limbs. You know what I mean? Because she has really great prosthetics. You know what I mean? You think, oh yeah, she just can't move. She just can't move in the sweatsuit. You know what I mean? She's just really stiff. She looks like a gingerbread cookie. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Oh
but
my God.
Whatever. Like, if you accept her face in the middle torso part, then you're like, yo, you're good. Like, you know what I mean?
Oblong.
Yo. And you accepted that from the jump, so you already know what you're dealing with. It's always the man's fault. It's always the man's fault. If you accept anything, and if you really want to be true, because like I said, transparency is important.
McDonald's for the family or McDonald's for just your kid?
I'm a McDonald's for the family type of nigga. Yo. I'm that type of nigga, because one. McDonald's ain't shit. McDonald's ain't shit. McDonald's ain't shit. You know what I mean? If I don't got enough to get McDonald's, then I'm not gonna get McDonald's.
But that's the thing. It should be your choice. It shouldn't be expected.
No, that's what I said. Obligation, responsibility.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what
it's not an obligation, but it's your responsibility to be like, yo, I'm not gonna have him eat in front of all these other kids. So you could either have him eat in the car, or have him have McDonald's, eat McDonald's with him, and then bring him home. You know, type shit. Would you like to get something for your brothers and sisters? If you that type of nigga, teach your kid to value their family and take care of their siblings. 100%. You know what I mean? So if they live with all these other kids, let them see, like, look, this is how I am with my family. So this is how you should be with your family.
Yeah, if you're able
Set a
to
good
do that,
example.
but
Set
I
that
don't think
example,
the
right.
woman should get upset if he doesn't.
She shouldn't, but one thing doesn't define the other, and that's why I said it's always on the man, because the man has a firm responsibility. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's integrity. Like, with a man, you just gotta do shit, and then you gotta think about the consequences of what's gonna happen if you do it the wrong way. You already logical, so you can't
Is somebody
not
text? Somebody
Huh? Oh, nah.
I thought somebody commented.
Oh shit.
What they say?
Who? Oh, hi.
Who's that?
I don't know. That was, too far for me to see. I seen somebody.
What is it? What does it say? Read it.
I'm supposed to pull it up. I wasn't.
Hello.
Shit.
Hi. Who's ever watching?
Since we don't got no super chat, you good.
Hi, people.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
It say live. You're not live.
That's
Yeah,
the
we are
wrong
live.
one.
I don't know.
That's one of the lies. That's
Probably.
not the newest one. That was crazy. That episode was crazy.
But hold on, I'm on this shit too. Let me read it. I'm gonna go in here real quick. See what she's saying. She probably dropping some game. Let me see. Anything run these out unless you bring for all. And facts.
Talk that talk then, yeah.
She know what she talking about.
You damn right.
Yo, my bad. Cause I'm trying to read shit.
Go ahead, brother.
But nah, like I was saying.
Oh, y'all quiet now. You got an audience.
Yo,
Okay,
right.
Well, I have a clip that I like to. Well, when you finish.
Nah, yeah. Let me finish what I was saying. So, like, I'm saying, like, if you're a dude, like, yeah, she's right. If you gotta bring something for one kid, you probably should bring something for all of them. But you're not obligated to do that. So you got a responsibility with the child to either just take care of your child, you know what I mean, or just take care of.
So can I give you a scenario now just to play devil's advocate?
Go ahead, do it.
Let's say, you know what I'm saying, you or her was beefing about some frivolous shit, but y'all was pretty hot about it. Like so hot that you didn't even want to stay at the crib. You know what I'm saying? So you outside of the crib right now at the moment, right? And she's, being real nasty with you, real disrespectful with you. Your kid still lives there. You know what I'm saying? And your kid calls you and was like, Dad, I need some money for some food because I'm hungry or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So you're like, bet. You give your child the money, the child gets the food, the child gets the food and eats the food, but it doesn't offer nobody nothing. It was like, no, my dad gave me this money. You see what I'm saying? And the mother calls you after she was being nasty with you, and she says, oh, your daughter got food for just herself, and you need to talk to her, and blah, 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 blah. How do you handle that?
Now, you bringing your daughter to a friend's house?
No, this is your baby mother's house.
Oh, your baby mother's house.
Yeah.
All right. So baby mother's house, that's different because it's other kids there. Now, you shouldn't, like I said, if you know that's how she is on the man, you know that's the type of woman that she is. Look, you might have to, if you don't have enough for all the kids, but you got to feed your child. Like, y'all went out, y'all was out all day, she ain't eat nothing, you got to feed her. So
or pick her up and take her.
You pick her up, you take her out, you feed her, you eat the food with her, and then
Just
you bring
to
her back.
avoid the
If you
drama. I
can't,
don't
just to
think
avoid
it's
the
fair
drama.
that you have
It's
to
not
do
fair
that,
that you gotta do that, but you gotta understand the dynamic of the situation, what you dealing with. Now, she just asked a good question in the comments. She said, if you take your kid to a friend's crib, you're not gonna bring just for your children.
You shouldn't, but a lot of people do.
A lot of people do.
A lot of people do. Some people just drop. I swear to God,
I don't know if
at
it's right
Bree.
or wrong.
Check this out.
But I
No, it's
know it be
wrong.
happening.
It's wrong. I was at Bree.
I'm not gonna say it.
I was
They're
at-
going there for. They're just spending the night, or there's a party.
So
or
check this out. It's a party, right? It was a party for my
So
daughter.
you should
We went
bring
to.
a gift. I think that's a rule of thumb for any.
Oh, these
like,
kids!
if you go
These kids don't even do that. These kids don't even do
gift
that.
Or a baby shower or a party, or I think. I don't like going to events like that empty-handed. I just feel like the purpose of not a birthday. You can just celebrate the birthday, but I would bring something. And if it's a baby shower, that's what a baby shower is for.
Yeah.
Like, so they can get stuff.
I'm just saying, nowadays it's common for people to show up to certain places, no gift in hand, and just get ready to play.
I know people do it, but I don't
This
think
shit is
that's
crazy.
Right.
It's not right at all.
And I wouldn't say anything to anybody if I had something and I wouldn't say anything. I'm not gonna make you feel uncomfortable. But if I go somewhere, and somebody's having something,
it's not about
100%.
A person in the chat saying it's not about your responsibility. It's about the kids. Like, you don't do that to the kids because they don't understand. They don't know any better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I agree.
100%.
I agree. I mean, and that's why I said, like,
and they're learning.
If I'm doing it this way,
it's normal.
I'm teaching my kids some shit.
Why is she hungry and has no? That's the problem, right? That's the custodial parent. If they're living with them, that shouldn't even be happening. So that's an issue right there.
Sometimes it's just kids just want what they see type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, they probably already ate. You know what I mean? They had house food, like, or a house burger. But they want McDonald's because the kid come in here like, shout out to Eddie Murphy. I got McDonald's, that shit. You know what I mean?
No, but
they come in here like that.
The scenario that he just said, if the kid called and said, "I'm hungry, can you get me some food?" So that implies they're saying they're hungry. And sometimes kids will say that. I've seen kids do that. You just.
Now, you order it at the house is different. Because if I order at the house, I'll be like, "Yo, did anybody else eat?" And I'll get like a couple large pizzas or something for everybody. Like, I'll get some wings for everybody, whatever. There's something for everybody. So, you know what I mean? Look, I'll get you what you want. You want your own? I'll get you your own. Make sure that you get your personal flavor for yourself. And this is for everybody else. Don't be eating their stuff because you got your own. Like, if you want something else, let me know.
Yeah, I don't.
You know what I mean? That type of shit. You know what I mean? And that type of shit. But
you definitely got to teach your kids.
You got to teach them that. You got to teach them that.
Eat in front of the motherfuckers.
Kids be acting like they ain't never ate, yo.
Yeah, I don't think they should rub it in like me. Like I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't like about it.
Because the kids don't understand.
Not at all, right?
But nah, it's just certain things. Like, if you dealing with someone that has children, you just gotta understand the dynamic of the situation. A lot of men probably don't understand the situation. They're not aware. They're not patient. Oh, she got to do this with her kids. Her kid got a recital. Her kid got this. Her kid got whatever. You have to be able to know that. All right, look, she's single momming it right now, bro. Like. So you gotta accept that she's not gonna give you all the time. So you have to accept what comes with it. Are you the type of nigga that's gonna be like, shit, I can't deal with that shit. Like, that's too much. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Or you gonna be like, look, I understand. You don't gotta explain it to me every single time. Like, I'm the type of nigga that I'm really gonna understand because I see it. I see it on myself. Like, I'm busy all the time. I don't call all the time. I don't do. You know what I mean? And I want somebody to understand that, but it's got to be a mutual understanding. Like, yeah, I understand you got time, and I understand I got time. I'm trying to get to a point where I can buy us more time for each other. Like, boom, you got time. You don't got to work as hard. I got time. I don't got to work as hard. Like, we could both have enough time. I think the man's responsibility, not obligation, but his responsibility has always been to take care of his household. His obligation is to provide and to protect.
You're talking about the McDonald's, dude.
She said because BM was a bum.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah, she was a bum.
That's what I'm saying, and
your kids gotta eat, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Things happen and it's unexpected, but I think it's important to be financially stable when you decide to have children. Sometimes you don't decide; it just happens. But if you choosing to do this, you need to plan for it. That would be the best thing. So you shouldn't even. It should not matter. It does matter if you have both parents, but say if the other parent died or something, it's out of your control. It's not even like you broke up or it didn't work out. Things like that can happen too. You want to be secure so that you can still be able to take care of your kids if the other parent is not there, because you never know what can happen. And sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Right.
Like, so.
Let's talk about what we was talking about
that's
earlier.
That's what I want to play that clip.
Let's segue into it. Go ahead.
speed the shit up too. So
Dr. Umar said this.
I don't think I can't for this. Because this ain't on YouTube.
What is it on?
It was on Instagram.
All right.
Yeah, you don't gotta turn it up. Nah, you don't gotta turn it up.
Make sure you know how he feels about women, and there's no better way to find that out than to ask him how he feels about his mother. And the last point, Queen, don't make the mistake of so many sisters who look for men who they have something in common with, right? Both psychologists, we both watch the reality show, we both like to read, we both like the beach. That's superficial.
Yeah.
You should be looking for whether or not y'all share the same values. He like to spend money, you like to save money. You want to have a lot of children, he don't want none. You believe in a relationship with God, he don't believe in God.
Okay.
You believe in saving for retirement, he wants to live for today. Study a man's values and make sure you can live with what he believes in. And the last thing, I know I said 3, but I'm going to give you this. You can never change a person. When you meet that man, Queen, ask yourself this and be honest with yourself. Can I live with him? I don't care what anyone
As
ever
he
tells you.
is, it started open, but it cut off.
All right. So because you brought that up, go ahead. Speak on that. So what? So if nobody heard that, what did we just listen to? What is he
That's
actually?
Dr. Umar, and he's saying that how a man feels about his mother is gonna dictate if he respects women or not. And then he said, when you're looking for a mate, these are the things that you should be looking for from a woman to a man. Like, you should not be so focused on what you have in common and you have the same occupation or things like that. You like the same music, but what are your goals in life? What are your morals and your values? And I agree with that. That's what I was saying about you. I did agree with the majority of what he was saying. The only thing that my disagreement was, I don't think that's a blanket statement for, like, if you feel a specific way towards your mom, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to treat that woman the same. There could be a different reason why, or a reason that's out of your control, why you don't have a good relationship with your parent, and you can still treat women good. You might not take it out on women. And then there could be someone that had a great relationship and he's still a dick to women with his mom, and he could be a mama's boy. They could be their relationship could be too much. Like, they always want to get in your business and stuff like that.
Isn't that a red flag? Or, like, if a person is a mama's boy, isn't that a clear flag that he values his mom too much? That's like a red flag that he's doing something bad, right?
I wouldn't say that he values too much, because
Think
that's your mom.
Because
relationship.
You know
but the only thing I would say with that, just don't let her get in our business, and like, she shouldn't be.
But mama's boys gonna do that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a characteristic of mama boy. They gonna let the mother come into their relationship,
to your mom about what
and that's what I mean. So
unless it's positive, don't be why and people, and that's vice
so,
versa.
But no, that proves Dr. Umar's point. He's saying that, yo, if you see the characteristics that he has on his mom, and he's a mama's boy, then guess what? There's some indications that he's not right for you because he's a mama's boy and you don't want a mama's boy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to know what to look for. A lot of people just get in relationships, as they be in relationships, they don't get to know the person. And what we were saying about waiting for a man, how they feel, how would they value that if you wait versus if you. I know he's gonna. I know he doesn't want to, but not necessarily.
You two don't know. Smiley.
If a woman make you wait, you will value her more than a woman that gives it up to you on the first night.
Oh boy.
You can if
she's a valuable
woman.
Let him
every woman that
answer.
makes you wait is not automatically valuable.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely
We
right.
have a guest, so this is a great
bro.
question.
Tread carefully, nigga. Tread carefully, bro.
Honesty.
What do you value more?
I value the person themselves and
what person themselves? The person themselves.
The woman. I value the woman themselves.
Which woman? What's the woman that? Is two different types
of women, these are two different women. One woman that give it up the first night,
exactly.
And one woman that make you wait.
Which do you value?
Which do I value more? It depends because it's no straight answer because there's women that
it can't be a straight answer, bro.
It's really not. It's really not. It's that person like how does she feel about men? Just like just like he said. Just like what he said about how a dude feel about his mother.
Hell no.
How a dude feel about his mother. You might not necessarily agree with that, but I think that has a lot to do with his perception of women. Because that's the first example of what a woman is to you, your mother. So there could be some correlation with that behavioral aspect of that in your relationship with them. It could be bad, it could be good, you could have learned. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you had to have you had to have some type of therapy in your life to get over that. Either, total abstinence from others or perhaps, you know what I mean, you just got in a situation with somebody where you got to learn more about somebody.
It's a case by case basis.
Okay,
that's
hold on. Okay,
that's how I feel too.
Okay. And my argument with E was, if you don't know who you're laying down with, right? How do you know she has morals? How do you know what type of person you don't?
Because you
continue to why are you talking all way up? Let me speak. If you're having sex with somebody, right? When you choose to have sex with that person, you're taking a what? It's a chance. It's the chance that this person could be the person that you want to be with. It's a chance that this person could be batshit crazy. It's a chance that this person could be an assassin. It's a chance that this motherfucker could be retarded. Excuse my language.
And you didn't know that before.
No, you don't. Because if you're having... Listen, let me speak. Because you're not letting me speak. Let me get it off and then you can retort later. I understand and I apologize.
We all grown, bottom line. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sex is sex, bro. At the end of the day. I love it. We love it. We all love it.
We're not talking about grown, Smiley.
But that's what I'm talking about.
We're not talking about...
Because that doesn't change how I'm going to feel about you. Now, what happens after could actually affect that. Like,
you just said it doesn't change how it feels. Yes, it does, because what happens after is how she treats you after. Leave? You could have figured out the shit before.
But what he's saying, if he was gonna leave, if he got to know you, he's still gonna leave either way. If that was what he intended to do, if he wasn't looking for a relationship at the time, or you don't look good enough, or you don't meet the requirement, you might be cool, he'll kick it with you or whatever. But he was gonna do that regardless, and or he might actually like you. He might spend more time around you and get to know you, and then it might be worth it.
So check this out.
It's never gonna be a waste of a fuck for a nigga, because that's what they want.
It's not about the intentions of a nigga. Listen to what I'm saying.
Whatever. Like it's a case by case basis.
Hold on. So y'all don't value knowing the person a little bit before you have. Listen. So listen to the question. Y'all are saying it doesn't matter if you have sex with a person, right? Before you get before you get to know them, right? That's what y'all saying? It doesn't matter. So if this person could be burning, you don't know them. You don't know that they're burning.
You activated.
Listen. And let's say you put on the condom, but the condom busts. And you like, fuck it, I'm in a moment. You could have prevented that if you knew this shit. This is what I'm saying. There's so much.
But some people would know it.
I'm not talking about some people, E. We're talking about the majority of people that can make rational decisions, want to know the person before they have sex with them, or should. If you're saying it doesn't matter, I'm saying I disagree with that because the person could be anybody. And you can't just let anybody in your body is a temple. You said that today. How can your body be a temple if anybody could come in it? That's not a temple. That's a whorehouse.
Who said that?
I'm saying.
We didn't say that it doesn't matter. What I'm saying, well, I'm gonna speak for me. What I'm saying is that just because a woman waits, that's not an automatic indication that she's a valuable woman to be in a relationship. She could have made you wait and still be a whore, is what I'm saying.
100%. But it's more likely that she made you wait because she had the values. Listen. No woman, listen. In my experience, no woman that ever made me wait.
She could have already.
Listen. E, we're not talking about kindas and maybes. We're talking about what happened. In my experience, all the women that made me wait, not some of them, not a little bit of them, all of them were women that I felt like, damn, I kind of fucked up in that situation. Like, you see what I'm saying? That has to mean something. It means something to me. It means that, yo, these people make better decisions than the people that, hey, I just meet you and we smash the first night. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't know who the fuck I'm fucking with until you get to know this person and you're like, oh, damn, this person's a little toxic or this person's a little this. I'm just saying it's better to be able to avoid certain situations than say, hey, fuck it, I'll figure it out later. That's all I'm saying. Like,
that's fine.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing crazy.
I ain't saying you wrong for feeling that. Yeah,
I felt like y'all felt like what I was saying was wild.
No,
like,
no.
We're not disagreeing. What we're saying is you can meet the love of your life either way.
Right, it's a possibility. I'm just talking about what is logical and what I would do out of
what,
you know what I'm saying? Of course.
And like I said, in the men, it's a benefit because that's another notch on his belt. For the woman, you took that L because you got another body.
And that's why I vote for transparency.
You made that decision as an
I definitely vote for transparency. Like when you having those conversations, I don't know how you approach those conversations to talk about stuff like that, but yeah, like, you know, paperwork, all of that. Yo, I just went to the doctors today. Yo, sneak that in there. Yeah, my shit is okay. You know what I mean? Like whatever. I'm honest. Like I haven't had sex in over a year. Like real shit. And I say that on the internet, like type shit. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. You know what I mean? And I go to the doctors. You feel me? Okay, sure. So I know about me. Now, if I'm dealing with a woman, I don't know about them. So I'm the one that's taking the risk because I know I'm good. But how far am I gonna go to make sure that we're on the same page? So do I be like, yo, let's trade paperwork? Like that just sounds crazy. Like who does that? Like people, like you're spontaneous with sex. Like we're not gonna act like motherfuckers don't be having sex. Like
there's still a part of trust in that.
Right, it is a part of trust, but yeah, like if I'm gonna fuck you, then I already decided. You know what I mean? Just like women decide. Like I already decided, yo, I think I'm safe with you. Like you know what I mean? And I'm taking that risk anyway.
But
I don't know what type of chick you're gonna be or whatever. Yeah, it could be time. It don't have to be the first. It's putting in time at some point.
That's not the one.
It may not be putting in time to the first date, but we may have had conversations that led up to the date.
100%.
That was like, yo,
100%.
We already had this energy, this chemistry, and it's gotta happen right now. You feel me?
Yeah,
that type of shit.
But
or it could be like, yo, you're not comfortable right now. I respect it. That type of shit.
If you smash in the first night, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, and I'm not saying that it could turn out good because it could turn out great. I'm just saying that usually the woman that makes you wait and says, hold on, I just wanted to know a little bit more about you just in case we rush anything, is more better suited or longer term than the woman that we had sex first and then we figure everything out later.
Or it could be game.
Could be game too.
And men do that too.
You said
could be game.
What's game?
Game, like she just pretending to be like a girl that like will put it off and then she fucking somebody else on the side and then she be like, yeah, I'm gonna give you the cookie now.
But I could tell you, I respect that game then. If I didn't know, if I was good, if I had nothing bad to say about her, I'm good with that. I respect that more than the bitch that I had sex with the first night. And then I seen, damn, I shouldn't have had sex with this bitch because she's crazy. She got a whole bunch of fucking trauma that I wish I fucking knew because I would have been like, nah, I'm good. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? I seen the trauma. I seen what I could avoid if I knew better, and I didn't know better because the cookie,
right.
Let's fucking first date.
And that part, I think is what Erika was saying. Like for a man, it's a win more because
it's not a win in the long run.
Well, not I
it turned out to be.
As a man, for me, I look at it.
The gamble wasn't worth it.
I look at it as a dub. If it was good,
smash both.
Good
what
kitty.
was it worth? Like, there's a lot of pussy that you
experience.
You like, yo.
If you
I wish I hadn't did that. Like,
I mean,
you see what I'm
because
saying?
smashing is different.
It was good.
Like,
it wasn't infected or anything. It's just yo.
It was the
the
instant gratification, and then it makes you feel bad after. You feel dirty. You clench your pearls. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's how you feel after the situation. But the reality of it, like for me anyway, I guess I can't speak for all men, but for me anyway, I feel like it is still a win because I'm like, if I'm gonna be honest, I just got to smash at the end of the day. But I would feel like somehow like damn, like what all the time that I wasted, whatever. But at least that's the good that I'll take from it. Like at least I got this. Like at least I got to play the game. You feel me? Like I feel like that alone is also a conquest, but you don't want to make that number one. You know what I mean? Because if you do that, then you might be a narcissist. You might lack empathy. You might, all these, you know what I mean, different little terms. But what I think is that I think we're making too much out of it because men are going to be men. If you do get to a point where you can have this woman or whatever, and then you can say, damn, I wish I never did it. Man, I wish I never. Trey Songz's voice. You know what I mean? You could be at that point and then be like, you know what I mean? But shit, I know at the end of the day, I know who I am. I know that I'm wanted. And that's some empowerment for you. You know what I mean? But you don't want to take the negative part of it unless something bad happened, unless you got burnt or, she destroyed all your shit. You know what I mean? You should have been like, damn, like I should, you know what I mean? That type of deal.
Should have figured it out.
Right, should have figured it out, should have stopped. You know what I mean? And you can learn through conversations. You can learn through interaction with this person. You can learn through probably playing little games with them, like, card games type of shit. You know what I mean? Or something to connect with them. Some type of ground to connect. You know what I mean? And you're adding that into the mix, you get to learn certain things about them, like how they deal with loss, how they deal with frustration, how they deal with all these different emotions. And you can tell if this is the type of person that you want to deal with. Because right then and there, you'll know, damn, I ain't gonna fuck this motherfucker. She crazy. Yeah, I just beat her in Uno, got a few reverses on her. It's not
worth it, brother.
She mad as fuck.
Like, it's not worth it.
She mad as fuck. You know what I mean?
Ruin you.
Everything that look good ain't good. But you gotta be a good judge of character, and that comes from experience. Sometimes you gotta know when to walk away. You know what I mean?
Walk on.
You gotta know.
Know when to hold up. Know when to fold up. Know when to walk away. Know when
to fucking run. Cause for real, like sometimes you gotta just be like, nah, it's too much. Mm-hmm. And I was reluctant to get back in the dating scene because sometimes it seems like it's too much, especially with the modern woman mentality. Everything that's on the internet is not true. You know what I mean? But it's a good place to start. Now we have access to all of this information, all these different things. So there's no excuse of people to say this, that, whatever. But they look at the first thing that they see, and then that's the law. You know what I mean? That's the problem. The information is so much information at one time that we can't process all of it at the same time, and it goes against what we really believe in. So that it makes us question on this, like, why is this present? Why can we see this? Why, you know what I mean? Well, how is this not true? If it's because right now, when people propagandize ideologies, they make money off of that shit. And we're in an era where you're able to make money off of any fucking thing that you say. Lies, truths, whatever. It's a lot of false prophets. It's a lot of people preaching a lot of shit. It's a lot of people that don't got no real experience and shit. And they talking about a whole bunch of shit. if we don't know about some shit, we can
But she
Google
did
it.
scratch you.
But let's compare resources type shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
That.
when it comes to, you know, relationships, you can work on certain things. You know what I mean?
Get more rubs.
I believe that the most important thing to have is communication.
He's itchy.
And be honest. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna communicate, don't lie. You know what I mean? Like, fucking tell the truth about what the fuck you talking about, what you want to happen, and it'll either be a no or a yes type shit. And sometimes it's hard because it's like, I don't know what the person really wants, that type of shit. I'm the type of nigga, I want all the smoke. If you a chick and you come in with the smoke, come with all the smoke, motherfucker. I want everything, nigga. You want to be nasty, you want to be a freak early, be a freak early. If you want to wait, be wait. Because I'm only fucking with the chick because I already know what I want. I'm a motherfucking person that I know I go after what I want. If I feel like damn, I have a connection with this person, then I want everything that comes with that. I'm accepting it. You know what I mean? And we'll cross bridges as we come to them.
Nigga said, I'm about to be king of the pirates.
But yeah, that's how I feel about the situation. I mean, shit, the chick that make me wait, she the chick that I be done fucked somebody by then. Like, you know what I mean? It'd be crazy like that. Like, you making me wait, like I'm not human. I be real, like, you know what I mean? If the young me, I'll be honest with you. The young me is not gonna wait a long fucking time while I'm dealing with somebody. The older me, I'll give a woman some grace. And we dealing with each other, and we done went out a few times, and we doing all this shit.
This shit is crazy.
Then
she's singing of Dawson's Creek over here, nigga.
Because he said, I don't want to wait, so I said, I don't want to wait.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna wait. Yeah, I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Shit, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?
Nigga over here.
I'm waiting for marriage.
Smiley over here talking about Stonehenge.
Oh shit.
That shit crazy how it's built.
Yeah. It's real.
How it works.
It's real shit.
I'm like, nigga, the flux capacitator, nigga. What? I'm hard as fuck. Yo, what are we smoking? This shit right here, this is the shit. What's this?
Mendo mints.
Oh my god.
But yeah, man. You just gotta be practical about this shit. Like, obviously, you know.
Stop.
What?
Okay.
What?
So
obviously,
still singing, bro.
you gotta be practical. That's all.
So last week, people are crazy, you guys. This world is going to HE double hockey sticks and a hand basket.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, it was around 3 a.m. I don't remember which day it was. A man in the Bronx, he crept up behind a woman. He had a belt with it looped, so there was an opening wide enough for someone's head to go through. And all he had to do was pull it and tighten it. He crept up behind the woman, wrapped it around her neck, and dragged her down the street, because when she tightened the belt up, then she fell back, and he dragged her down the street.
Breathe. She passed
dragged
out.
her. She passed out because he was choking her with the belt. Then he dragged her in between two cars, and he
raped her. Graped her.
Yeah.
That's why women need to have a man. I mean, yo, that right? Am I right or wrong? Like,
right,
like somebody need to be there to protect you. You walking
100%.
in the Bronx late at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a friendly place.
3 in the morning.
Yo,
wow.
yeah, like what are you doing?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you doing?
Like,
why are you not at home? Why, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on?
From work. Let's just
she
assume.
probably
That's what I'm saying, but you still, somebody pick you up, somebody call you a cab, somebody call you a
Maybe she don't
Uber.
have nobody.
And that's
But that's the problem.
Like,
that's the problem. That's the problem.
That. Even like
we gotta fix that.
There gotta be like
we
a
need
security,
women to feel
cheap
safer.
security service.
We need women to feel safer.
You know what I mean?
Like what you were saying earlier, like
we
don't want women to put
change
themselves in
that shit,
danger.
like,
How do we eliminate that? Men have to step up.
real shit.
You have to step up. You have to show them examples. Look, I can do it. Like, put your trust in me. You put your trust in a good person.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is they're afraid to do it because they've been led astray so many times. Like, it seems like it's good. Oh, it's too good to be true. Oh yeah, this nigga ain't shit. You know what I mean? I'll tell a motherfucker I ain't shit, but then I'm lying because I do too much to not be shit. But then I'll be thinking I'm not gonna really put up with a lot of bullshit. That's the thing. But yeah, I'll say it because I'm thinking about my past, but I don't live in my past. The person that I am now presently is the person I've learned from, most of my experiences in my life. You know what I mean? I've grown and I've learned. You know what I mean? But I can see it from the back seat. I've had a lot of fun. You know what I mean? But I can see where it goes and I can see how women are affected now. And I'm fortunate to not, I'm not going to say fortunate because a child is a blessing, but I'm fortunate to not have any children at this time. Fortunate to not really be tied down to anything at this time. And the only responsibility is my personal businesses, my personal ventures. Mm-hmm. That's my only responsibility at this point. That's my baby. You know what I mean? So I would like a person in my life that can accept, the person that I've become and also have an understanding like, don't take me for granted type shit. Mm. You know what I mean? But I know they talk about the high value shit and they talk about all this shit, but there's multi-levels to this high value shit, I think, if anything. You can have value in different areas that may not be particularly financial. So you can still be a certain percent, especially you don't have any children. You don't have, you don't have any felonies. You have decent credit, things of that nature. Like you do provide certain things, but the other person might not appreciate the value that you provide. I don't need anything from you. You don't really need anything from me. Then where do I fit? As a man, I have to be needed. I have to be able to do something. You know what I mean? And shit. Taking care of somebody's kids, like, I don't know sometimes. But, I can make compromises depending on the situation. It just depends.
Oh, how does it feel?
Oh, fuck. I feel high as fuck. What? I'm trying to, grab onto reality. Oh, it felt great.
How does it feel?
It felt great. That shit felt great.
Yo, let me ask y'all something crazy.
What up?
What do you think about?
Like, look at that background. What if y'all was out there?
That's dope.
I know. I was just looking at the one before that, and I was thinking.
Not to sidetrack what I was gonna say, but like when you have your desktop on your phone and the screensaver come up and it show these like amazing places, y'all be looking at. I be saving them, yo. I be like saving them, like yo, this is my bucket list. Like I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. Like look at that, that's gorgeous, yo. And just to be there, like I don't want to have to work there, but like I would love to like just sit there and like smoke a J or something. That's beautiful, yo.
Make a picnic.
Have a picnic, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be mad bugs in your shit though. There's mad bugs there, definitely.
Yo, y'all heard about the cicadas?
Yeah, but
did you see them?
Here. They're not up here. We're not one of the states that.
Oh, we safe. Safe from.
I forgot which ones, but it wasn't Connecticut.
Yo, you heard that they probably gonna drop all of Diddy's allegations?
Wow.
He's too powerful.
He's supposedly an informant, and he has evidence of politicians and other higher ups that they were at his freak off parties, or that he has dirt on them and stuff like that.
So
he really is some eyes wide shut type shit, yo.
He'll release it.
He really in that shit.
If they lock him up.
Secret organization parties and shit. That's just crazy as fuck, bro. Yo, it's crazy. We got this Diddy shit. Yo, you know what?
No more weed for me.
The smoke screen has been these battles of whatever else is going on. We've been able to watch these battles. Shout out to everybody that popped in, yo. Leave a like get us in the algo. Yo, we've had the pleasure of experiencing all these little battles and shit with Kendrick. Now the game, waiting for Rick Ross to respond. I don't know how we feel about
Shannon
Shaq this Shannon Sharp.
What is
Like
going
everybody's
on
dissing
here?
people, yo. Like
Mercury
this is
is in
crazy.
retrograde.
Yo,
People.
no, Mercury is in the retrograde. It probably is. I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. But since 2024 started, it's been really people been
Cat
getting
Williams
exposed.
popped it off.
Yeah, like people been, you know what I'm saying? So I really think.
And Corey Holcomb said it. He said, "Yo, this is what we needed.
We do. It's
we
a cleanse.
Cat Williams to do that.
It's a cleanse, and that's
Watch. Hey, everything about to come out the woodwork now because Cat did that.
He did.
And what happened?
He started what it was.
Everything coming out the woodwork.
And allegedly,
how do y'all feel about Drake
Usher's
right now?
mom.
Like, what's going on?
Usher's mom, what?
Usher's mom.
She said that P. Diddy gave Usher herpes when he was at the flavor camp. And you know, people were saying before that that Usher gave them herpes, and people have said that Diddy gave them herpes.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So, he was allegedly wound up in the hospital. She's like, "What do you do to my son?" And she said that he gave him herpes. She didn't go into detail.
It was a payoff, right?
Yeah, and then he paid her off to not say anything. But I don't know why she's bringing it up now. And then I don't think that that's her business to tell, because if the son happened to him, that even though that's her son, he's a grown man, and he hasn't mentioned anything about that, and he still continues to have a relationship with Diddy. Like,
that's crazy.
He's probably
crazy
got an NDA, but she not. So she feel like she could talk.
That's really crazy shit.
And he can't. That's wild. Like, that's wild. Poor.
And they said that's why he brought Justin Bieber, so he could like him, like,
get him out the game. Damn. It's a vicious cycle. I heard some shit. I don't know if it's true, but I heard some shit about Jaden, and it was like Jaden is upset with Will because Will let him be around Diddy and shit.
Yeah, and they said he was raping him.
That's wild. That's wild.
Allegedly.
I hope that's not the case.
Allegedly.
I hope not, because that's just crazy.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on out here
it's the crazier part.
In the entertainment world, man.
Shit like that. That's
a lot of crazy shit. Supposedly, all those young boys in the industry.
Oh, like what the
sexually,
fuck is that?
That's it. Yo, all
the belt, cause she was flicking it, bro. I'm dying to go tell you what I thought that shit was. This shit crazy, like that shit crazy.
Wow.
But yeah, like all the
too high for that.
All the young boys in the music industry, you know, man, I say, yo, that's just crazy.
That's
like
sad, bro.
It's wild. It makes you think like yo, like if you have a kid and you really want your kid to be successful, you gotta literally be there every time that they go on set.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think all the families know that that's the case and they do it anyway, or do you think some of the families?
I think some of them don't know. Who would willingly do that to their child? Like, you know what I mean? You really like. I think parents really want to protect their kid, but if times are hard, they look at this as a way out through their kid.
They'll be like, don't make them mad. Just do what he says.
Right.
And we'll be
okay. Crazy.
Didn't Whitney Houston, Pops, jerk her out of some money and some shit like that?
Right. That's just wild.
Whitney Houston Pops.
What, he pimped her out?
No.
Nah, he was messing her. Yeah. Like low key extorting, because you know how some family members, when you make it, like
they think you owe them something.
Right.
But
and it's
your
like,
choice.
yo, you've supported me my whole life or whatever, so I owe you something or whatever. Like I already said, like if I blow up,
you signing for shit. Like,
if I blow up,
and what I give you, you better flip it. You better do
exactly. Yeah,
make it
child
work.
start acting different.
Do what you do, make it work for you, because you're not gonna be coming to me every 6 months asking for another 10 racks or whatever.
Right.
It's not. You're not gonna make me broke because you're irresponsible.
Right.
So I set you up. You better make it do what it do. I'll connect you with some people, network. I'll help you other ways how I can, but don't keep asking me for money and try and take advantage.
Right.
That's why people end up broke after they hit the lottery and stuff like that, because they're trying to take care of everybody else and they're just using them.
I mean, you gotta. It's just crazy. Like you wanna do the right thing. You wanna take care of people, but you do have to be mindful that
If you ain't good, then
there's
how
things
gonna,
that you need. Absolutely, absolutely. So you gotta be good first, and then you gotta break bread.
Facts.
And there's some people that you're gonna give money to, and there's some people that's not gonna get a dime. And you're
Some
just
people
gonna have
gonna
to
get
accept
left
it.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's gonna have to be an understanding. But then it's gonna be people. You're gonna see who really fuck with you. Oh, I heard you won the lottery. Yeah, you could buy me a horse or something.
I ain't heard from you in 10 years.
Right. And you want a horse? Like, get out of here, yo.
And then I gotta pay for
I
a
wanna bet
stable
on it.
and the food and a staple hand and all this
Right,
stuff.
right,
And
right.
Land, like, you
Dude,
tripping.
crazy. Come on, you got it. Pocket watching.
Right.
That's a big thing in our culture.
Do you want to drink?
Pocket watching.
No.
Sippy sip.
No.
Let me get a shot. Shot o'clock.
Shot. Baddie, shot a
Nah,
clock.
no.
Baddie, shot a clock.
No. Not baddie, shot o'clock.
But yeah, people crazy out here, man. I've been seeing some crazy shit. We had another story that I came across. There was a young lady of West Haven,
What happened?
23.
Mm-hmm.
She essayed
Oh, no.
a young woman and
Wait, a woman?
a young
Essayed?
girl. No, she was 13. The girl that she essayed.
Oh my god.
And
It was a group of people.
it was-
boys and
they were
girls.
family.
What?
Yeah.
What?
They were family.
The
Yeah.
girl that initiated
Right.
it was a relative.
What type of
But there was
film?
boys and girls, and they, like a group of them. And
What color was
They
that?
were in West Haven.
What
They were-
color was that?
African American.
Yeah.
It was African
The
American.
girl was. They had her picture in there.
And what happened?
They like beat her up real bad.
Beat her up and S8'd her?
Yeah.
What?
13.
All of them or just the one girl?
They jumped her.
It was like
No, all of them
5.
jumped her, but all of them S8'd her too?
I don't know.
I don't know how many, but yeah, that's what
Oh,
they said.
my
They said there was
God.
proof of
And they beat her with a charger, the cord.
it. Yeah.
What you think the punishment should be for that? All of y'all, I want to hear that. What y'all think the punishment should be for that?
I think
It's hard to say, right?
No,
when
not
it
for
comes
me.
to things like this.
I'm
because
not even saying the popularity.
People do
I don't
fuck-
even care what the
No,
popularity is.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just
Okay,
prefacing
okay.
it by saying that. I think when people do things like that, like it's something wrong with you, like, and that's not excusing it. I think that's just a fact. Like a normal person don't be doing shit like that. Like
Mhm.
something is wrong within you to make you behave in that type of manner, and there's no reason for you to do that to someone.
Right.
Like there's no good reason.
Mhm.
Like the jump room was one thing, okay, maybe they were arguing, but even I think that's corny. And then boys were involved too, so why are boys jumping on a girl?
Mhm.
And
Right.
then you essayed her too. Like that's crazy. Like something is wrong, and no one stopped. They were all in agreement that this was okay. There was no one that was the voice of reason. I was like, hey, okay, that's too far. Like
Mhm.
after you jumped her, like like who was decided to kick it off and say let's, and then you beat her with a charger cord
Right.
or whatever.
I hate stories
Like,
like that.
So
It's
send
just
them to the
crazy.
mental house or
So-
send them to the jail?
Yeah, I think they need a mental evaluation. They definitely need to be need
They're gonna
some
be detained
rehabilitation
regardless.
for some, yeah. So they don't need to be out to be able to do this, and we need to figure out why they did this. I mean, it doesn't justify it, but we need to, if they're going to tell the story of
Mhm.
what led you to make such a horrible decision. Like this is crazy,
Mhm.
and that's near where one of my
Probably
relatives.
hate.
And that's the street that one of my
They-
relatives
they
lives
essayed
on.
her, yeah.
So that's crazy. Like.
They was hating on
And
that
she's
beautiful.
young, like, well, it's a, it's the parent too, and
Mhm.
but I know a relative that lives in that area, so it's crazy that this is happening. Like that could have been anybody else.
Right.
Because if it's just doing it it's not random because she knew the girl, but I don't know what that makes
It's
it
just
even
that,
worse
like,
because
that's
I
what I'm
was
saying.
like what
That's the psychological
hate.
behaviors.
Hate.
Like there's
Hate.
something that this girl was missing in
was
life, or
hating
something
on that
that
girl.
she
maybe
needs.
she was jealous or something.
She was.
Could have
She
been
was
jealousy.
jealous.
Could have been
It's
anything.
envy.
But like that's a crazy age gap, 10-year difference.
Oh.
And you're doing this to the child. Yo, since we're on child topic, got one more. There's a viral little clip on Instagram or whatever of a teacher getting his hair taken out by his students.
Oh yeah.
Did
we talk about this one? No,
we didn't talk. We talked about it outside of YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But what, like, okay, let's just go around real quick because I gotta go get.
Oh shit! All right.
But what do you guys think about that? And go around. The way that I look at it might be different, but I also want us to just keep an open mind to it. But what do you think? Inappropriate, appropriate? Why not? Start with you, Erika.
I think it's inappropriate just for the simple fact that he's a science teacher, so they didn't come to school to take out your hair. So I would feel some type of way if I sent my daughter to school if I had kids and I see a video on the internet of her taking out her teacher hair, and then this is why these students are getting D's and F's and their reading scores are below average or whatever, because this is what you're doing. Now, in his defense, he said this was a few minutes before class was over. The parents knew about it and stuff like that. But I just think that's not the time. That's what he said. That it wasn't the time or the place for that. And then also there's a number of different things that could someone had this argument. Some people were calling him predatory. It didn't appear to me that there was anything.
Predatory is crazy. See, that's what I mean.
That it didn't appear to me that it would be that. But what I would say, and this was the argument that they said behind that, because maybe he's not, and they didn't say that they thought that he was. Well, the other people with the argument, they didn't think that he was, but they said that can make a child too comfortable because you don't have boundaries or enough boundaries between the student and the teacher. So if there's someone else that is that type of person, and because you already taken out this teacher's hair and you felt comfortable to be touching his hair and greasing his scalp and stuff, if someone else is cool with you like that, you might be more easy to coerce into doing it. Could start the grooming process, and you never know who people are. Like it could be someone that's trying to entice them to do things more, and they're starting to see, they're testing the waters. I don't think he was, but I could see how that could open the doors for things like that to happen in the future and them not be aware of the signs because they're so comfortable.
That could open Pandora's box.
Ultimately they were at school.
Especially if the teacher.
It was a science class. It wasn't cosmetology school, so they shouldn't have been doing that at school. Just to CYA. That was in cosmetology school, and I believe he got fired, or they're trying to decide if they should do that or not. And I hope that doesn't happen because I really don't think he's a bad guy. He seems to care about his students and stuff like that. He has a channel dedicated to, or his TikTok videos, he posts different videos and stuff with the students. All of them are not touching him or whatever. So
he got fired? Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, snap.
He did get
fired? Damn, he got fired.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Well,
I say go. Don't touch the pitney them. I don't let them touch you.
Like, that's how you feel. You feel nah. Don't let the kids touch you.
Simple. That's not the profession for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, it's not cosmetology school, it's science class. Now, if it was a school that was designed for that, like there was a teacher on a panel, and she was like, this student did my nails, because they try to flip it and be like, oh, if a woman did it, blah. But I think it's inappropriate whether you're a man or a woman, unless the setting calls for it. Like she said, she teaches an entrepreneurial class, and one of the students is a nail tech, or that's what she wants to do. That was a part of her grade, so she had to do a final assignment for the end of the marking period. So she painted her nails. So that makes sense because that's what it calls for. But I think you could do that on a mannequin too. I feel like sometimes contact could be too much. And then also what someone's argument was that the girls at that age, they were young teenage girls, probably in middle school and stuff like that. And their hormones be raising just like boys do, but in a different way. They might be flirting. They could have had a crush on a teacher or something like that. And they like, oh, he letting me take out his braids and
but
stuff
they
like that.
fired him is excessive.
And
though.
then what
Unless
if
he
they
was
tried
having
to
to
come
go to
onto
his
him
house
and
or
he
something.
turned them down? Now you got an allegation because she's an immature little girl, and now she's saying, oh, he touched me because you had a crush and it didn't go the way you wanted it to. So now you making up
It is
stories
dangerous.
about him.
Yeah,
So I think you should just eliminate
don't touch
that
me, kids.
altogether.
Like
that's
no,
what they did. They eliminated.
so that's how I feel. I feel like don't touch me.
But that's not right. I don't think.
I'll be like, girl,
you think that's how you supposed
And
to
she
internet.
said power of the internet. I agree, because I think if he hadn't got this backlash, because people were literally calling him a predator and saying stuff like that in the comments or whatever, I think that is the reason, because they feel like they had to make an example. They didn't want to look bad. The school, they probably know that he had a channel or stuff like that. He said the kids their parents signed releases for them to be
Somebody
on camera.
reported
Yeah,
this,
fire was excessive.
and I think they knew, hey, look at this shit. This shit about to go viral. So it wasn't just innocent. Oh, this is just him doing his hair. It was a literal kid. It was a literal kid that took. This what I don't even think he knew. I don't think he knew.
He has a TikTok, and he posts. That's what I said.
He
had
posted
the parents signed a release form. He said for them to be
and a female.
The
the female teacher that had
I think it's because of the backlash behind it.
That's
because people are
crazy.
saying all this stuff.
Look at that. There was a female teacher did the same thing.
Oh wow.
And what happened?
Zero backlash.
That's crazy. Nothing.
It was on his TikTok. Why would he put that on his TikTok?
Because he's showing you that
how much his students love him or whatever.
Oh, I thought you said he posted the lady.
No, he ain't posted like
No, it was posted on his TikTok when he took his hair out.
Yeah, because that's what I say. He has a channel dedicated. He posts stuff with
his
his
students
students all the time.
I respect
Not just
that, but
touching, but that just happened to be.
He does activities with his
You a
students.
science teacher,
He really
bro.
cares. He really cares.
You a science
was-
teacher, bro. You know not to touch the kids, not to let the kids touch
was
you.
that he was he had a hair appointment. He had to record. He had to film right after school, and he didn't.
And they signed waivers for his students to be posted on social media.
Yeah, their parents.
Parents agreed to it and everything.
He could have put on a sway. He could have put on a sway cap, nigga. He got dreads. He could have put on a sway cap.
You gotta have a little compassion for this guy. I think
I
think his heart. I think his heart was in the right. I think his heart was in the right place. And I think it got thrown out of proportion.
Everybody signed the waiver. Everybody.
Because
That's
after 2017, when that motherfucking Me Too movement went out, everybody got all crazy, yo.
I don't believe
like, yo, you do gotta be careful though, because some of these people are fucking predators.
I believe that little girl.
To fire the dude like over that without a warning or something like that. Plus, if he has a good rapport with these students and has a good relationship with these students,
he said he knows their parents too.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me.
For 4 years.
That's wild.
I think people probably felt uncomfortable, and maybe some parents they felt jealous. What do you think about that?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think everybody was.
Why do my kids like you more than they like me?
They don't want to come home.
Right. I don't want to go home.
What's like the girl, like
Mr. So and So is having something.
Like the lady from Matilda.
This is awkward. This is inappropriate. How did your teacher love you?
Oh, I forgot her name.
I had teachers that loved me. I don't give a fuck.
I did too.
I had teachers that loved me, and I loved them. How the fuck is that?
But you wanted to go home.
I mean, nah, sometimes no. I ain't gonna hold you.
Exactly.
Teachers,
You
yo,
wanna
these
go
teachers
home,
was so
nigga.
fucking
Fuck
cool,
the
yo.
teachers,
I wanted to
nigga.
go stay at their house for the whole year, yo. Like, they were so cool, yo.
Oh, you wanted to get adopted?
Hell yeah.
You wanted to be the
Matilda.
maid of the house?
Matilda type shit.
It wasn't
It wasn't like that.
I love my grandma. I'm fucking with you, but nah, I did have some teachers that I really liked. That, you know, I had one teacher, God rest her soul, who used to, you know, she'd take me out. We went to Chuck E. Cheese and shit. You know what I mean? Like, she was really like involved, like, you know what I mean, with me specifically, because I guess she saw a lot of potential when I was a little kid, and she wanted to take me under her wing. So she took me like her god kid, yo, and just took me places.
That was your teacher?
She was like a teacher's aide.
Oh.
Her name was Miss Holland.
Miss Holland. Shout out to Miss Holland.
Yeah, shout out to her. Rest in paradise.
No, rest in peace. Paradise, damn.
I loved her, yo. I wasn't so much at Chuck E. Cheese that day, yo. Chuck E. Cheese, bro. Chuck E. Cheese, it was lit in the 90s, yo. It was thorough. The commercials
now
was lit.
it's suspect. All them
Pizza,
shits is suspect.
pizza ain't what it used to be either.
Oh, exactly. All them shits
Where
is
a
suspect.
kid can be a kid.
You know what I'm saying? All them shits
With
is...
a giant rat.
That's what I'm saying.
How is that?
You idolize
Kids
it.
wasn't scared of that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
It
No.
was a giant rat.
They got you with the pizza. Them kids didn't want to sit. You know how many kids be crying when they meet Chucky because it's a big ass rat in
Like,
costume?
what
Yeah,
the
you do
fuck?
need to be wiser
You
about
see what
your
I'm saying?
interactions. Yeah.
They stopped making that nigga come around. He don't even come around no
That's
more.
traumatizing. And then the kids and parents stop
He
doing
virtual now.
Stop doing these pranks on your kids, scaring them half to death. You're gonna make them have a
Oh,
heart
yeah, that
attack.
shit's
These
crazy.
babies.
You see what Draymond did to Jason Tatum's son? He crept up on him, yo, and put the thing over his head, and then picked him up, and he was like shaking him up and shit.
Oh, that's
And then he turned around and he laughed, and then he tickled him, cause he was like, oh, that's like Uncle Draymond type shit, like.
Nah, I don't know.
Cause they cool with each other. No, I ain't gonna hold you. All right. So put it like this, like with that, like my boy got a son.
CTE.
So
Crush that little
I
nigga
mean,
one day.
No, but he just
might be
he
something
just-
wrong with
he
that
just picked
nigga,
him
like,
up and like it
quick
was
to
like
fight.
it was playful, like, you feel me?
That sounds
But
crazy.
it's a little boy, like, you feel me? But it was playful. But it was like yo, like everybody probably looked at it on the internet and everybody attacked it. But
Hey,
I'm like,
that's
yo,
too rough. This big gorilla.
right? You know what I mean? Like he didn't like throw the kid like aggressively, like he was gonna slam the kid on the ground. Like he just picked him up, like he like startled him. But then he tickled him, you know.
How
what I mean?
old was the kid?
He looked at him. I think he might. The kid was big. Like he could have been like 7 or something like that. He was a decent sized kid.
Nah, nigga, 7 is young as fuck. You're not picking up my 7-year-old.
Come on, man. You
Throwing
crazy.
something over
You
his
crazy.
head. You know what I mean? He
You
might have
crazy.
suffocated under that shit.
No, he ain't suffocating.
No. F that.
Don't be
Don't be so
overreact,
goddamn overly
Don't-
aggressive on my 7-year-old,
overreact,
bro.
Overreact, yo.
I'm just saying, nigga.
Yo,
That nigga is known to hurt people. He might
Revenge
have CTE
of the
for
Internet.
real.
I'm gonna change the title of this to Revenge of the Internet.
He might have CTE for real. He might be, you know,
CTE
slow.
is crazy.
Yeah, bro, he been hitting the head a lot,
He ain't hit him in
elbows
the
and
head.
injuries
He
and
ain't hit him in
shit.
the head.
He might have fell and
Throw
bumped
them
his head.
bowls.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
throw
You don't
bowls
know.
on them. When we
Nah, but
throw
that was-
them bowls.
But that was
Nigga too
Cadillac
quick to
grills,
fight, bro. It's
Cadillac
like, yo,
grills.
bro, all you gotta
Check
do
out
is
the
play
oil, my
basketball,
Cadillac
bro.
still.
All you have to do is play basketball. You fight like all the time, bro. Now you gotta sit out for fighting. It's like niggas get mad at
No, but you know
at
what that
John
showed me?
Morant because he
You know
did
what
the
that showed
same
me?
thing twice.
That showed me
This
that.
nigga do a history. He don't care.
You know
like,
what that did?
and he a grown ass man.
That
He
showed me
older
that
than-
Draymond has a sensitive side.
That's not sensitivity. That's
No,
stupidity,
that showed
bro.
me that with the child. That showed me that he has a sensitive.
That
side.
wasn't sensitive. It was aggressive, bro.
No, it wasn't. It was
aggressive for a 7-year-old.
It was playful. I don't know how old the kid was, but I'm just saying, like, it was playful.
If he was older than 7, then yeah, maybe. If he was 10,
I don't
what I'm saying?
know how old the kid
What
was.
you just
That's-
described.
Yeah, it
sounded
was wild. It was
crazy.
kidnapping. It was
like-
crazy. He
shook
threw
him up.
something over his head and he
Cause I
picked
don't
him
know,
up and
maybe-
he shook him up. Like, what
Maybe-
the
I don't know.
fuck?
Maybe I gotta.
By 7-year-old kid?
Yo, see,
What the
y'all wild
fuck?
out here. Like, yo, maybe I gotta show you the video.
Oh, so wild shit.
I'll show you the video. Jeez.
Cause it did.
If they took it down,
I
it
told
was
you
wild.
that somebody came in here and put a hood over my kid's head and shook
telling you,
them. You wouldn't
really
think
harmless.
that
I'd be
sound
mad
weird.
as a motherfucker. Like, oh, they just play like that. No, they don't. I don't play like that. Nigga, don't shake my fucking kid, Draymond. I'll call the cops on your bitch ass.
Draymond, big ass.
Exactly. That's why I'll call the cops on
That's
your
why
ass.
he's like, yo, you wildin'. Why you doing that to my kid?
Come get this big ass nigga.
Right.
Trying to mishandle my child.
You
What
gotta
the fuck
look
wrong
up
with this
and
nigga?
shit.
Like, yeah, because if I get a weapon, you know, chop it down.
Yeah, it was harmless, but I mean the point that I'm making is, I think that, you know, sometimes, you know, with children you do have to really be careful about how you interact with them, because they're children, you know what I mean, and they're innocent, they don't know any better, so
And
you really got to be
everything
careful.
that they
learn
Absolutely,
what they see,
absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. So that's all I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
you really got to be careful with that.
Great.
And then he did that to you, and then you gonna have
Yo, this dude, you funny.
Owner of Vengeance Dog. What? Pulled off on it. That's foul, yo. That's foul. That should be like. Is that like That's against the law, right? You can't just kick your dog out the car and keep it moving. It's hard to catch,
if
but
they get hurt. I mean, yeah, cause that's like attempted
Get out
murder.
the car, dog.
If you driving and you just put them out,
Nah, it wasn't driving. They just got out and the dog was outside of the car. And they
You
pulled
can
off.
get arrested, yeah, if you just if you just abandon and somebody got arrested for leaving a cat, somebody called the cops on, did she let him go in the woods or something and she got arrested?
Oh damn! But that's wild. Cats are different because cats.
They like bring it to the place.
Oh.
That's what.
But you're gonna kill it, yo, that's crazy. Like the cat has to go to the
You
car.
could bring it to somebody. They're not gonna kill it. They feed it and stuff, and somebody can come there and adopt it.
Yeah, but if nobody adopts it, they kill those animals. You know that.
They
right?
don't just kill them for that.
They euthanize them
when they get old and sick. But they feed them and take care of them until something happens. Just like when people
You don't think it's before they get old and sick?
They don't just kill them. It's not. People can come in.
You know how many animals come in?
They could
So they
die
just
by
house
being
all
homeless,
of those animals. They have all the
They could
room
die
for
by
those
being
animals.
homeless too. They could run in the street.
Look,
Another animal could tear them apart.
you're
I see
absolutely right.
flattened animals
You're
on the
absolutely
road
right.
all the time.
You're absolutely right. But if you think the shelter isn't killing animals, or they're waiting for those animals to get old and sick, I don't think that's the truth.
Why don't you think that?
Because of the consistency of, like, if there's a lot of animals, like animals fuck and they have litters of animals, right? So the rate of animals that can fit in the shelter wouldn't be able to fit all of the animals that there are.
Everybody ain't bringing them to the shelter.
Listen to what I'm saying. Even if they're going out and finding these shits, or animal control has a deal with the shelter where they bring all the animals that they find just wandering and shit. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is capacity, and they don't have enough means, so they're not gonna wait for the animal to get old. They're gonna murk them probably after a couple years at best. You don't think so?
You don't know for sure.
I don't.
Thinking that.
But do you think so?
I don't know.
You don't think they do that at all though?
I think if they're gonna die, then that's when they euthanize them. I don't know. I have no proof to say that. Oh, they're doing otherwise or killing them before it's time.
Damn. What you think, Smiley? You think they kill them?
My cat
Before?
was being fresh.
Wait, with who?
Do you think they wait for animals to die naturally to euthanize them at the pound or at the fucking
Or
shelter
do they
whatever?
just they do it like
Yeah, after like maybe like a 5 year or maybe 2 to 5 year gap.
Oh, the government just be doing stuff. Like, what was the point though? What would be the point of doing that though? Like, I think that when the government does stuff for no
Population control.
reason, would it be?
Yeah.
Animals?
You don't want too many cats. It's
Okay.
like you don't want too many dogs.
But isn't there a?
Why don't you?
But isn't there a what?
Because
What do you
it's
call
excessive.
it? What do you call it?
If they don't have homes, if they have homes, cool. But if they don't have no homes,
an ecosystem.
You don't want
right?
too much.
So you might need them for another animal to keep certain animals limited.
That's true.
Especially the rat problem in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You might need a couple cats out there.
Those cats are running away from them rats. Them rats is big as fuck.
Yeah, they gonna.
Niggas ain't fuck with them rats.
Those are Ninja Turtle type rats.
In a bucket.
Sorry, person from New York.
Yo, sorry, yeah. Them rats.
Somebody dropped a cat in a bucket with rats.
Oh.
And it just killed them all. It was like magic.
Killed them all.
And then they picked up like 3 of them in his mouth and had his. But then the rest of them were dead, just spun around and they were all dead. And then like 3 of them were in their mouth.
Like, cats are vicious, yo. Cats are known hunters. They're literally hunting all the fucking time, yo. Like when my roommate had a cat, that shit would like kill dead birds, or it would kill birds, like hunt little baby birds and grown birds too. Like I've seen this shit snatch up, you know what I mean? Like perch, like I mean. Remember when Simba learned how to fucking hunt? And he's like, you gotta, you know what I mean, get under the shit, and then I think Mufasa disappeared.
Oh, to get the worms and stuff.
No, that was before. That was Timon and Pumbaa that taught them that shit. I'm talking about like to hunt like meat.
Oh.
I think Mufasa or
Scar.
Nah, Scar definitely didn't teach him that shit. Scar didn't teach him nothing but lie to that nigga. Hold on. Put it back. That's him? That's who you talk about? Oh, no, that ain't look as bad as you made it seem, bro.
What did he do?
This shit right here. He just dipped in one a couple times. I thought he just like, I thought it was some wild shit.
But I'm saying, like, that's what I took from it was like
he's still smiling.
It showed that he has a humble. He's human. Bro.
Yeah, 100%. People are saying that shit is like crazy.
Yeah, like oh my god, why he gotta do stuff like that? Like
nah. I take it back, Dreamon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, big dog.
Kids still running, trying to get him
like that. It sounded crazy. Like he made it sound crazy.
He got a good relationship.
Yo, Smiley, he made it sound like kidnapping. Like yo, he put some rope over his head and he took his ass and shook his ass. Like yo,
it was harmless. It was harmless.
Yeah, that was harmless. Shout out to Draymond. You don't have CTE.
Draymond a cool dude, yo. He's a cool dude, yo.
He was completely sane in that video clip. All right,
but yeah, yo. Oh yeah. Yeah, we had an awesome episode, man. Shout out to the guests, man. I appreciate you.
Tapped in.
Thanks for tapping in. Like, subscribe so you can chill with us next time. And this is Get Lifted, 30 is a new 20. It's your boy Smiley Jizzle, my man.
So deep.
And our co-host. and we out, yo. Have a good night. Happy Mother's Day.
It's smoke weed every day.
That's right.